Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFK journey video. In this video we have built up Marcille to Paragon 3 as you guys can see, and we're going to be showcasing her in PvP. Now I've done a lot of testing since yesterday, and definitely Marcille is strong in the factional, basically seasonal content. For regular arena, without phantomals, without those faction buffs, basically she is not going to be as good. That is the important thing to note. But for seasonal content, she really is a great nuking hypercarry damage dealer, very similar to heroes like Diurnal or Perseus, in that if you just support them, provide them enough buffing and protection, they're going to carry your team and get you the victory. And there's some really good teams which are coming out with her. Of course, Alicent, using Alicent to protect her, he's a good option, and this is one of the teams which basically I showed in my video on should you pull Marcille, which is a very solid team. Basically, Marcille is being buffed up by the wings of Alicent. Rowan is gonna further buff up the Marcille with his charm bonus. Hugin further gonna buff up Marcille, and then we have, you know, Siren just to block their artifact. And you can run this with Seismic Spell, you can run with Pack Bond Spell. Basically, all of those are good options. However, there are some teams which may be better than this, and in fact, there is a player who's attacking me a lot right now, Billy Joe, and he is running this Perseus Marcille comp, which even though I am getting some wins, as you guys can see here, showing you that, yeah, this team is good, his team is also good, because it has also beaten my team quite frequently, and it can clear some other teams. So to start it off, I am going to show you this Perseus Marcille Ravion comp, which he used to clear like the meta, zany, basically Kalin team, which a lot of people are running, and he's using Divine Favor on Marcille. So let's go ahead and watch this battle in ×1 speed. So he is on our side of the battlefield. Perseus is going to tank for the team. Marcille, as long as she's able to survive and get off her ultimate, she is going to begin shredding. Now, my team Siren is going to crowd control and go for his ultimate, but thankfully Marcille was able to survive, and she's just going to clean it up from this point. So this shows you how this Marcille team can counter even meta teams. Like even for Clash runs, a lot of people, especially high spenders, are running these zany fortress teams with Kulu and Tessio support and even Kalin. However, it can be broken through even by this Perseus version of a Marcille team. However, if you show, for example, I have a replay of attacking the same comp with the alternate Marcille version, which is going to be as you see here, which is just the one basically I was fielding at the beginning of this video. And here, this can also break this fortress comp, because you have a lot of protection. Rowan with the charms onto Marcille. If you look at it, Marcille's not even getting low on health, and over here she's taking a bit of damage, but keep in mind she still has the buff effect from Alicent if need be to trigger that, and she was pretty healthy for the whole match. And so overall, this is also a very solid team, a way to use Marcille. But basically, light bearers for this season combo really well with Marcille, because Tessio Phantomal is going to give more range defense buff for your team. And also, Tessio is going to give a buff to Marcille, which is like boosted damage dealt depending on the number of tiles difference between the target and yourself. So let's see. Now he's really clearing me. So yeah, he's clearing with this. So anyway, both of these basically have viable options. Perseus rather than Rowan, and just have a better tank. Also, Perseus provides that fertile ground at the beginning, because he will provide that attack buff. And if you can have Marcille in range to take it, then it's really good. So here he actually does, yeah, he got close to getting nuked though, so that's kind of the worry with a team like this, but Perseus definitely can also slot into a team. Now, if you want to think about some different comps, definitely Hypogean Celestial also works with Marcille. I have another replay of that, and that is going to be this team. So Dunlinger is really good protection for Marcille, and also will further buff up Marcille. Divine Favor is a great artifact choice for Marcille, because it's going to give her those boosted, like the buff. And then Alicent, of course, for that protection, and then Mihira can work, Rainier can work, basically anything, and Ravion for further buffing up Marcille. So basically, this is the maximum buff Marcille comp. We're facing a meta Athalia Saida comp, which is really difficult to deal with. Honestly, that is one place Marcille struggles, because Athalia eventually is going to nuke your Marcille. So Marcille here is surviving, then she's going to take the instant the instant deaths because of Alicent buff, and then finally Marcille is going to go down, but then my team will have to clean it up from this point, which I think they are going to manage to do, even though it looks kind of, yeah, it doesn't look great, honestly. But basically, that is the way you want to counter Marcille, because she is a nuker, just like nukers like Diurnal, like nukers even Perseus. Saida Thalia combos with enough sustain to survive that initial burst and then stall and kill your key damage carry. That is a way to really counter these teams. But overall, Marcille is just looking really good. Now let me go ahead and show you. Hopefully my friend Shadow still has the same defense active, because I was doing some testing against his defense, and I wanted to show you a wilder version of Marcille, because wilder Marcille is also very strong. Okay, he's trying a different team with Marcille of his own. I don't know if this wilder team is going to work into this, but I am going to try it, so we're going to go for it. It will be Divine Favor. And the advantage of Wilder with Marcille is basically then you can have the Snowstomper Phantom to take an enemy Lily May interruption, allowing the Marcille to freely cast her ultimate when she is able to, in that, because a lot of the damage from Marcille does come from the ultimate, even though she has just skill-based damage as well. So we're going to go for Theodore. So it's going to be Theodore, Ravion, and Lily May. That is going to be basically the core. And then we're going to throw in Marcille, of course. So Marcille is going to be here. And then the final hero can literally be anything. Like, it really can be anything. I tried like a multitude of different options. I like, okay, so he has Marcille, well, probably having more frontline in a team like this might be good. Like, we can go for Callan for some additional protection. Even Velka is pretty good with Marcille because she gives that attack speed buff. I don't know if it's necessarily going to work in this comp. But let's go ahead and try this team and see what happens. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect because this is a new experimental team that Shadow's basically been testing. I don't know if ours is going to work. Okay, we got our ult off. Yeah, okay, we got it. We got it. So Marcille with the Wilders, of course, like, obviously, Wilder Ravion combo is really good for any nuker, whether it be Diurnal, whether it be Perseus, and so Marcille will definitely fit into a comp like that as well. And like, look at her damage output, that is really the thing. And she begins dealing damage right from the first few seconds of the match, which is really essential for a PvP hero. So just to recap things, basically, the thing about Marcille is that she is a hard-hitting damage dealer nuker, but she needs to be protected, and she needs to be provided enough buffs. And so Divine Favor is a great artifact choice for her, or you just have enough. Ravion is a great buffer for her. Theodore is a great buffer for her as well. It gives her the crit buff. It doesn't just have to be temporary buffs. It can be any form of buffs. Velka also buffs her, and Lily May just really fits in this comp because of the Divine Favor. And look at this, like, it's crazy. Normally Lily May is like, you know, dealing second highest damage but here she did. Marcille just nuked everyone before Lily May could even do anything. So it's all a Marcille combo. So anyway, guys, that's basically going to be it for this video. Overall, just highlighting the strength of Marcille. She works with Lightbearers, she works with Hypogean Celestial, and she works with Wilders. Those are the major and even like we just saw Shadow's team, he's running a Mauler's Marcille, which also works. Like, just because we beat it with Wilders doesn't mean this is a bad team. This is still a very strong team, and he's also an under Paragon upgrade compared to us. So even Maulers can work. So, but basically it's just provide Marcille with the buff she needs, protect her, and then she is going to carry your team. So let's briefly talk about other content that Marcille basically is being used in right now. In battle drills, she's in like the second best boss team. She's not as hard hitting as Chimera, and even from some really preliminary testing I did on Pioneer server, like while I was working my way up through the Dream Realm bosses, even on the lower difficulties, pre-endless difficulties, she does not rival the damage of Chimera. Chimera is still going to outdamage Marcille, and I think it is probably not going to be that you'll be using Marcille rather than Chimera for basically any Dream Realm content. I think Chimera still is the queen of Dream Realm. For battle drills, Marcille is in the second best team, but Chimera is still in the #1 team in terms of damage output. For Guild Supremacy, there could be potential. She could definitely have potential to replace Zany basically in the Guild Supremacy team, because that's basically what's happened in battle drills, although the team is really different in battle drills, so I don't even know about that. But Marcille reminds me just a lot of Zany, just raw damage, but no true damage, no HP loss damage, and so Zany has some use in Dream Realm, but not like widespread use. Marcille for AFK stages, there could be some use, but again, probably when you get to the high deficit stages, you're going to need a more crowd control oriented comp, not just, you won't be able to free up one slot just for a raw damage dealer. So I think AFK stages probably eventually, for the higher stages, the difficult, challenging stages, probably she will not be in the team. For PvP is basically what it leaves. And like I said in the beginning, regular arena, my guild leader has done testing with it, and he just keeps failing when he's attacking me with Marcille in regular arena. Now, obviously, maybe new comps can be found out, and if people don't have the optimal defenses, like I have the optimal, basically pay-to-win defenses, like the meta defenses, so then Marcille cannot do anything, and it's just better that he runs like another hero in that team rather than Marcille, right? So this is just to show you and demonstrate that basically in the top of the meta for regular arena, I think it's going to be very difficult to have Marcille C usage. But for factional, and when you have Supreme Arena, when you have Clash runs, multiple teams, and all that Phantom buffing support, or whatever faction talent support we have, that's when Marcille really has value. And honestly, she's a really nice PvP toy. So not a must-have, not a must-build, but she just basically is like we said, like another Perseus, like another Diurnal type hyper carry that you just support and protect, and she's going to carry your team, and it's just really fun to use her. So I think it will come down to your own personal preference. I do not think like she is a meta hero, but she is like a nice toy to build if you have the resources to do so. So anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts about Marcille in the comment section down below. What are you planning? And of course, if there's anything else you would like to mention that you think I forgot in this video, feel free to let me know in the comment section. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. If you're not already a member of my AFK Journey Discord server, please join that. There is a link to that in the description of this video. Also, if you're thinking about making a purchase in AFK Journey, please use my affiliate link for the official Farlight store. There is a link to that in the description of this video and a pinned comment. This is the best way you can support me and also gain 5% bonus dragon crystals on your purchase. So thanks for watching. I'll hopefully see you in the next video, and until then, everyone, peace out for now.